Hi everyone, please check Iraq latest and good news updates. Representative Baqir Al-Saadi confirmed on Friday that the development road project has attracted the interest of 45 countries so far. Al-Saadi said in an interview with Al-Maalouma, the development road project continues to enjoy increasing international interaction day after day, especially since all studies indicate its success from an economic standpoint, and it will develop in 5 important directions in the field of changing the path of international transport from Southeast Asia towards Europe. He added that 45 countries are interested in the development road project, and some of them have officially announced their intention to invest directly through the implementation of projects in the first phase, noting that the investments in this project will lead to the establishment of 10 new cities on the road's path from Basra to the border with Turkey. He pointed out that the project will represent the beginning of changing the face of the entire region in terms of economic activity and the development of land routes that annually transport goods worth hundreds of billions of dollars. The government had launched the development road project several months ago, as part of efforts to diversify Iraq's economy and capitalize on its geographical location on the international transport map. And the Future Iraq Foundation concerned with economic affairs said on Friday that the assets of 8 private Iraqi banks had risen over the past 5 years to more than 13 trillion dinars. The 8 banks are as follows: Al-Mansur Bank, Commercial Region Bank, Assyria International Bank, Al-Janub Islamic Bank, Iraqi Islamic Bank, Baghdad Bank, Development Bank, and National Bank of Iraq. The institution stated in a report published today that the bank's assets increased from 2019 to 2023 by 108%. Bringing the value of their assets during 2023 to 13.7 trillion Iraqi dinars, after the total assets of these banks in 2019 were approximately 6.6 trillion Iraqi dinars. The report indicated that the increase in assets is due to the increase in deposits with these banks, which rose by 131%, bringing the value of deposits with these banks to 8.8 trillion Iraqi dinars, higher than in 2019, which at the time amounted to 3.8 trillion Iraqi dinars. The revenues of these banks also increased by 285% compared to the year 2019, as they are expected to reach 908 billion Iraqi dinars by the end of 2023, compared to 235 billion Iraqi dinars in the year 2019, according to the report. And the dollar briefly touched the 150 level against the closely watched yen on Friday, supported by a rise in 10-year U.S. Treasury yields towards 5% after Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell indicated there was room for further interest rate hikes. The yield on the benchmark 10-year Treasury note, which rose 5% for the first time in 16 years overnight, rose 30 basis points this week, its biggest weekly rise since April 2022. The war in the Middle East sparked a rush into safe haven assets such as gold and the Swiss franc, but trading in treasuries was dominated by interest rate expectations. However, this did not translate into a similar strengthening for the dollar this week, which made only marginal gains while manipulating the 150 level against the yen. This figure represents the point at which many market participants believe the Japanese Ministry of Finance could intervene to support the currency. Speculators have nearly doubled their bullish positions in the dollar against other G10 currencies this month to the highest level in a year. Meanwhile, the USD-JPY pair, which rose as much as 0.14% to 150.00 on Friday, settled at 149.870 and tends to track U.S. 10-year bond yields. Financial markets show that traders fully expect to see no change in interest rates at the Federal Reserve's next policy meeting. But the chances of cutting interest rates in the first half of next year are fading quickly, according to a recent Reuters poll. Elsewhere, the pound fell as much as 0.37% to two-week lows after a series of data showed British consumer confidence collapsing in October after weak retail sales the previous month. The British pound fell 0.2% to $1.2116, exceeding its lowest levels in 2 weeks. The euro stabilized at $1.0572, while the Swiss franc, which received demand from safe haven flows, is heading for its largest weekly gain against the dollar in 3 months, after rising 1%. On Friday, the Swiss franc also recorded its highest levels against the euro since 2015, when the Swiss National Bank cancelled its peg between the two currencies. The Swiss franc settled in the latest trading at 0.94345 against the euro. In Asia, the Chinese yuan settled in the external market at 7.3361 to the dollar, after China kept its key lending interest rates unchanged at the monthly fixation on Friday, in line with market expectations. Thanks, take care.